Hello everybody, my name is Paul Tace. In this video we're going to be looking at the FPV drone laws in the UK. Let's get started. Okay guys, so as I pointed out in the intro, we're going to be looking at the FPV laws in the UK and how they apply to us as drone operators. Okay guys, before I get started, I'd just like to clarify two things. First of all, I'm not a legal expert, so although I believe everything I'm telling you is 100% true, and I do a lot of research and I do have a lot of articles to back it up, I cannot guarantee that I haven't made a few mistakes here and there, but if you look through the comment sections, they will let you know straight away if I have made any mistakes. And secondly, I don't actually fly FPV yet. This is something I want to get into, and I've been looking around to find the laws on the subject, and it's very difficult to find everything I need to find in one place. So I've made this video so you've got something nice and concise that will tell you everything you need to know about the FPV laws. Another thing to mention if you're flying FPV is you're obviously going to have a camera on your drone, which means you will have to register your drone and get an operator's ID. Now, something else I do want to say about these laws is that you obviously can't see your drone, so you have broken your visual line of sight. For this reason, you are going to need a spotter. Now, I'm going to use Ava here for the purposes of this video. She is an AI, but in real life, you are going to need a real person, and this person is going to need to know where you can and can't fly, and any hazards that can potentially harm drone or property around you. Okay guys, and as I said before, you do need one spotter per FPV pilot. You can go now. Okay guys, so the next thing I'd like to point out is that all the new laws that came in as of 2021 on the 1st of January in the UK under the CAP 722 still apply to you as an FPV drone operator. If you'd like to know more about these laws, I'll leave a link in the description down below or in the top right hand corner now, and you can have a look at these in more detail. Okay, so this means if you're flying a sub 250 gram drone, you can basically fly this anywhere. You obviously can't fly in restricted airspace, but you will be able to fly this at local parks and even over people, which is something that a lot of FPV people won't do anyway. What I will say though is you cannot fly over crowds. Okay guys, now a lot of people are going to be flying drones at 250 grams or more, and if we're doing this, we are going to be placed into the A3 subcategory, which means we need to fly 150 meters away from any recreational, residential, industrial and commercial areas, and 50 meters away from any uninvolved people. I imagine a lot of people this isn't really going to affect too much, because if you're flying on farmland or in an abandoned house far away from people, you can still fly there absolutely fine, as long as you have your spotter with you. Now, if you would like to fly close to people, there are two ways around this. The first one is if you have a drone that is 500 grams to 2 kilograms, you can take your A2 CFC, and this will allow you to fly within a 50-meter horizontal distance of uninvolved people. And if you have a drone that is 250 to 500 grams, you'll be allowed to fly near people, but not directly over them intentionally. Now, another way we can get around this is by looking at the Article 16. Now, this is an article published by the CAA that gives certain exemptions to certain organisations. Now, these organisations are the BMFA, the SAA, the LMA and the FPV UK. Now, these organisations are going to give certain exemptions to their members, and I believe membership for a lot of these organisations is around £20 or so, so it would certainly be something worth looking into. Now, when you fly with these organisations, they're going to give you certain exemptions. So if we go on the FPV UK, we can have a look at what a few of these can be. Now, one of them is that you'll be able to fly within 30 meters of people and 15 meters when taking off and landing. Now, another thing to point out is it's no longer going to be a horizontal distance from the people, it's going to be a bubble around them. Now, another thing worth pointing out is when you're flying at an event run by this organisation, you're only going to need one spotter for all the people that are racing at that time. So there's no need to have the one spotter to the one operator rule. Okay, now another big thing I'd like to point out under Article 16 is if you'd like to fly your drone at somewhere that's not organised by the organisations, but you're still a member of the organisations, you can fly your drone at a local park. Under the Article 16, it says that if you want to fly your drone in any area that is main purpose is for recreational purposes, you can do this as long as you keep that 30-meter bubble away from people. So this means that you can have one spotter to one drone operator, and you can still fly your drone there completely legally. So although I'm not yet a member of any of these organisations, this is something I'm going to be doing very soon, and when I get my FPV drone and start flying, these are things that are really going to help me fly more freely and safely. Okay guys, now there's a couple of extra things I'd like to point out. If you are flying indoors, these laws do not apply to you. You can literally fly your drone FPV, no spotter, flying around inside. And indoors also counts as a large netted area. So as long as you're completely enclosed and you can't physically get out of that area with your drone, you can legally fly in that area without these laws affecting you. Now, something else I'd like to point out about the Article 16 is it does not include automated systems in its exemptions. So if you've got your Mavic 2, for example, and you want to fly this at a park 30 meters away from people, this will not be allowed. So an automated system is going to be any drone that can basically hover by itself or follow waypoints or orbit. So Article 16 is very much only aimed at FPV pilots. Okay guys, that's it for this video. I hope it's been useful. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. If you have found it useful, hitting that like button is a huge help to me as a creator. And I hope to see you in the next one. Going to need... Oh man, this is cack. I've broken it.